Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back. So if you remembered, a couple months ago I released this video rant on how my 2012 Mercedes-Benz C250 coupe didn't come with any door lights. Well, they actually came with door lights, but they didn't have any wires running to them. I did some research and found out Mercedes actually offered several different lighting packages for this vehicle, and my car didn't have the top of the line package that had the door lights. So when I went and bought the door lights that shine the Mercedes logo on the ground, I had nothing to connect them to. So there's a few ways you can do this. You can go to Mercedes, order the wiring kit, or you can go to a junkyard, search for the wires in a car that's probably totaled. I don't know if I trust putting used wires in my car. Or you can go to a local auto parts store or Walmart or even eBay and order some parts for next to nothing and be able to do it yourself, which I did. So here's a step-by-step on how I ran wires to have door lights on my car so I can use those courtesy lights that shine the cool Mercedes logo on the ground. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is get some wires. So this is a 14 gauge wire, 20 feet long, and you want to cut this to size. So you're going to need 2 for the passenger side and 2 for the driver's side. I probably say about 3 feet in length. But what I did was I actually had some wires lying around that already had a positive and negative on each side, and I had 2 of them, so it was perfect for my vehicle. So I'll be referencing this, but really you can do the same thing with this 14 gauge wire. Just make sure that you mark your positive and your negative. So the next thing you want to do is get some T-taps. So if you're not familiar with T-taps, there's this blue piece that will crimp onto your existing wire that you want to tap, and once that's crimped, this other end, which is connected to your new wire, will plug right in. So that way you have flow of power going through one wire and then to your new wire as well. So I took this piece, already installed it on my positive and negative end on one end of the wire, and on the other end I left it bare since this is going to the door lights. So I'm going to be working on the driver's side door. Now we want to remove this panel using the trim removal tool. Okay, now to get to the wires that we need to tap, first we need to loosen this kind of junction box from this metal plate. And you do that by squeezing both sides of these tabs and pulling. I'm going to use a pair of pliers because it's a lot easier. Just like so. And you see now the box is loose and I can move it out. Okay, so I pulled this whole box out. To get positive power, I tapped into this red with a white stripe wire that's on this white plug. On the passenger side, I think it's red with a gray stripe. And then for negative, I pulled out this green plug and I tapped into a brown with kind of like a pink stripe on it. And I tested the wires and they actually do work with the door light. So now the next step is to run this wire all the way to an empty hole. Okay, now that the wire is fully through, it's time to install the positive and negative to the actual light itself. Since we don't have a special connector You can solder those wires right onto the 2 pins that's inside of here, or you can find other connections that you can put on it. There's one that you can buy on eBay that I saw that has 2 holes that will fit perfectly in here as well. But what I'm going to do is, I'm lucky that I have this little connection from a GPS device that I had, and it has a positive and negative, and at the end of it, I'm not sure if you can see it, but there's actually 2 holes, so that way it'll slide right into the 2 prongs that are on the light. On this light, it doesn't matter what polarity you have. Either way, it's gonna still light up and work perfectly fine. So I'm going to connect this to my wire, plug it in, and we should be done. Okay, I just reconnected the battery. Let's see if they work. There it is. Sweet. Job done. Well, there you have it, guys. It was actually pretty easy, and at the end of the day, I finally have my courtesy door lights with the Mercedes logo. Looks awesome. If you liked the video, hit like below. As always, make sure you subscribe. I'll see you next time.